We live in a basement suite with very little airflow, very few windows, and a roof so low that Terry and I often hit our heads, but especially Terry because he's a lot taller than I am. The place gets messy really easily because it's hard to find places to put things, it doesn't have a dishwasher, it kind of smells like a stale, stuffy shoe. The bathroom could be better, the kitchen table could exist, and the view isn't so great either. So it's taken work to change it from a stress-inducing environment to a little place that I actually enjoy living in, and I feel like we've done a pretty good job, so here are my essentials for a crappy apartment. Number 1 is a diffuser. When you live in a small and stuffy place with no ventilation, it can smell kind of stale and dusty, especially if it's on the floor level. We got the diffuser to make the place smell a little bit more fresh and feel more ventilated because when you live on the ground floor, you can't really open doors and windows without risking letting things in. In our case, it's a lot of bugs and stuff. The diffuser I got is small and cute and quiet, and $70 was a small price to pay for the air to be a hell of a lot more soothing. Number 2 is plants. Terry and I are plant people, and we always make sure that the house is full of plants to really liven up the area and freshen up the space. It's also comforting to know that other things besides us can actually survive in this apartment. Just make sure that when you're buying a plant, you buy a low light plant because a lot of our plants that require more light had a really rough winter. Number 3 is a nice clothing hamper. This is so much more important than I thought it would be. It made such a difference to throw my stuff in a nice, discreet clothing hamper rather than just an ugly basket, especially when guests come over and they just see your clothes in this basket. It's kind of embarrassing, and a nice hamper usually has good function to it. My hamper has wheels on the bottom, it's got a lid on the top, and it's really easy to use. Number 4 is a dish scrubber. I lived in a house with a dishwasher my entire life, and it was so important for me to get a dish scrubber or anything that could make scrubbing dishes a little bit easier, because if you put that off, you're gonna wake up to a dirty kitchen, and dirty kitchens are the most depressing thing to wake up to. If you have a small kitchen like me, you have to keep it clean, and a dish scrubber is a very simple but very effective thing to invest in. This is kind of off topic, but you should get good knives as well and a sharpener, because if chopping's easier, then cooking will be easier and you'll be healthier, so that's a little side note. Number 5 is artwork, and if you're renting a place, you probably won't be able to paint the walls so they're not a hideous yellow color, but if your landlord's cool, he'll let you hang up a bunch of artwork to add a personal and artistic touch to your abode. The other cool thing about artwork is it's kind of an escape from your normal surroundings. It's nice to just enjoy a piece of art and forget where you actually live. Artwork doesn't have to be a painting, it can be a sculpture or whatever else you're into. Just pretend you're playing The Sims. People like their living space to be nice. Number 6, again, if you live on the ground floor and you're vulnerable to bugs attacking you, then you can make a eco-friendly and easy repellent by mixing peppermint oil with some water and spraying it on your doors and windows. This has worked really well for me. I don't know if it's gonna work for everybody. If there are any smartasses out there that know anything about repellents, then please let me know, but apparently spiders don't like the scent of peppermint oil, so it helps keep them out, and it's been working so far. Number 7 is compact organizers. If you live in a really small space, you have to get a little bit thrifty. A door could also be a shoe organizer, and I understand the shoe organizer is a bit of an eyesore, but all of my shoes piled at the door is even worse, so you gotta compromise. I've got 2 honorable mentions, one being a window fan, which you put in your windowsill and it can either blow air in or out, so it's nice to have that kind of control over the ventilation of the house without it being too expensive. And the other one, Terry and I are actually working on. We don't have it yet. Right now we have these dark blinds that don't let anything in, and the house is kind of a sad, dark place when the blinds are closed all the time. But Terry's parents have these fabric blinds where the light can get through and you can't really see through it. So that's exactly what we need being on the ground floor, and we intend on getting some of those soon. That's all for now. Let me know if you guys have anything you would put on this list to make your home a little bit more habitable. I'm always looking for things to spruce this shithole up. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!